The day after the election, some East Texas cities and school districts are celebrating while others are headed back to the drawing board. Tonight we take a look at the bonds that passed and failed and a look ahead to what happens next.
Utter disbelief, honestly. It was a grassroots campaign that we thought, here goes nothing.
Lily Fu is talking about measures approved by voters yesterday in the oldest town in Texas. 7 propositions totaling $44 million to fund street and sidewalk improvements, along with building 3 new fire stations, funding the airport, and storm drainage improvements.
Deferred maintenance is something that always needs to be addressed. And in an old town such as this one, it was time to do it now.
Changes are also on the horizon in Gregg County, where voters signed off on the county borrowing up to $19 million to build a new parking garage.
Just very grateful to the voters. That's who made this happen, is the voters of Gregg County, and I want to thank them sincerely because I think they made the right decision.
County Judge Bill Stout says the courthouse is the top downtown destination, and businesses are often affected by the lack of parking.
The one bad thing about all this is there's going to be some pain involved because traffic flow is going to change downtown for about the next 18 months.
Several East Texas school bond proposals also drove voters to the polls in big numbers, with voters approving bonds in all districts except Chapel Hill ISD in Titus County and Longview ISD.
The emotions are raw. We are licking our wounds right now. We are trying to refocus, reconvene, look at this with a very different perspective because changes have to be made. There are a lot of changes that scream that needs to be made.
Now, this was the second bond proposal declined by Longview ISD voters in 2 years. Now, last night, voters also across the state approved 13 of the 14 proposed amendments to our state's constitution. The only one to fail was a measure that would have increased the mandatory retirement age for state judges.